Good morning, guys. Online live, can I quickly get a confirmation if everything is visible for you and if everything is clear?
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Perfect. Okay.
Yes, sir. Here.
Okay. Let's begin, guys. How many of you are new to this class? Only accounts? Only accounts. Okay. So let's proceed, guys. We're going to start off again now with CA Inter accounts for November 23 exams. Okay. Now, what's 3 by 8, guys? Percentage. Quickly, what's 3 by 8 percentage? Fast, fast, fast. How much? 37.5. Around 37% of the time you have to look at my face only in the next 6 months of your classes. 300 marks out of 800 marks I will be handling for you. Accounts, advanced accounts and law. Okay. Now, what is the agenda for today's class? Online, live and offline. Again, since it's the first class, we will have a little bit of common agenda. Always the first class to set the tone right. Then we'll proceed with some. I think you will have received some handout today. You can keep it in your bag and use in the next class. Put it off in your bag, not needed for today. Okay. The agenda for today will again be, I will do some introduction to the subject. Introduction to the subject. How you have to approach the subject of accounts for the next few months. When we are going to complete, what the plan is going to be like. Then we will focus on understanding the syllabus. First is introduction for rules of class, all of that. Then we will proceed to understand syllabus of the class, and lastly we will start off with subject. Based on the time, I will pick up one topic and we will proceed with the subject today. Okay. Any doubts still here, guys? No. Introduction. Just for me to again understand the background, just to see it again. How many of you 12th standard accounts CBSE? How many of you state board? Okay. Now, and how many of you had accounts as a subject in BCom? BCom. Any science background students here? Directly put on CA. Basics, you're clear with basics? Okay. So, first thing, we are in CA Inter class. At least in this class, I won't be addressing much of the basics. First thing. When I say basics, what is the entry for payment of salary? Salary account debit to cash or bank. In the entry, you're clear. These kind of basic journal entries, ledger posting, trial balance and all, foundation account syllabus, I will not cover much. We will be covering predominantly what's needed for CA Inter, our exam, 100 marks. Clear, guys? So that is the first thing. We are not going to have 4 sessions of basics, then starting with CA Inter. If you need basics, let me know. We will arrange special class, maybe sometime in the evening, different sessions, not over here. Clear, guys? Because not everybody needs basics, anybody needs, it will be taken care of. That is the first thing. Okay. Next. Now, those who finish school and those who finish college. Okay. We have a mixed crowd here. I would say 50-50 or whatever percentage, online, live and recording. For accounts, this is very important because for law, school students did not study law. College students may have studied law. But when it comes to accounts, all of us have studied accounts at different points in our life, correct? School 11th, 12th, then CA foundation, then BCom. The basics is going to remain the same. But what we are going to study is going to be on a conceptual level. To give you a simple example, to understand how the syllabus is going to be in Group 1 accounts, everybody here watched Bahubali 1 now. I'm taking a movie which everybody would have watched. Okay, everybody, or if not Bahubali 1, let's take some other movie. Let's say latest. Which one, guys? KGF or Vikram. Yeah, Vikram. Everybody watched at least one of these movies, KGF, Vikram, Bahubali. Sir, I didn't watch any of these movies, sir. None of the 3 you watched. And then which one you saw? Movies you don't see. Pushpa latest. Okay, fine. Guys, we are in 2023 class, guys. This is not old recording. For those who are watching old recording, we are in 2023. Okay. So now all these movies when you watched, how many of you before you watch a movie, you watch a trailer? Some of them have the habit of definitely watching the trailer. Today trailer release means today only I will see. Okay, how many of you watch a trailer before you go to a movie? Everybody, correct? Now, after you watch a trailer, do you get excited for some movies? We get excited for some movies. Okay, this movie is going to be good. Because trailer reveals what? Few small scenes for us. We know that movie is going to have some highlight scenes, up and down scenes, and of course, the movie will have lot of twists and turns, correct? To give you a comparison with subject, okay, comparison with subject, trailer is group 1 accounts, movie is group 2 accounts. Not joking. We have 2 accounts. In the new syllabus which is proposed, which is going to come in next year, 2024 onwards, we have only 1 accounts paper. So 200 marks is going to be clubbed into 100 marks. In fact, 2 years back, topics like Indian partnership accounts, few difficult accounting standards, AS 17, AS 22, all of these were part of group 1. What they did, they removed everything from group 1 and they added in group 2. So to understand first the weightage of syllabus, group 1 is like a movie trailer, group 2 is only the real accounts. Okay, all the difficult complicated topics we have it only in group 2, but does not mean we are writing off group 1. Since I am taking both the subjects, I can tell group 1 is easy compared to group 2. That means what you should do in group 1 accounts? 2 things. Be scared about group 2 accounts. Ayo, group 2 epo start up accounts. Or second thing second approach you can take is what? Use this as my scoring paper. Generally, most students score 80 plus in group 1 accounts. It's a scoring paper for us. Easy, like it gives you the aggregate, it gives the push. And this paper only sets the confidence for you. First over, bold. What will happen? Cricket match, World Cup final. First over, bold. That's it, gone. The next batting lineup, unless someone comes in, hits 100 or something, the team will not recover, correct? So this is your first exam, the very first exam, irrespective of whether you like accounts or not, irrespective of whether you are writing both groups or one group. If you are writing group 1, accounts is going to be your first paper, and if you perform well in accounts, it sets the tone. First exam you came, you are not feeling well, only 45 I am expecting, sir. Automatically your confidence levels will drop for the remaining 7 papers. So this paper is generally a confidence setter, and generally in exam this will be an easy paper. It will be an easy paper generally. Few times it will be challenging, but even if it's challenging, there's not beyond a point you can go in challenge, because in group 1 accounts we don't have topics where they can ask challenging questions. We have only about 2 to 3 topics which we will see. So are understanding, guys? So first unit I want you to understand it's an easy paper. Okay. Now coming back to, we started off with college and school, correct? Okay. So school and college depends on whether you were in CBSE, state board. You would have studied a few topics in school. Cash flow statement. All of you studied this. You would have studied single entry, incomplete records. Correct? Then you would have studied cash flow, single entry. Ratio analysis, we don't have it in syllabus. I'm sure you studied partnership, but it's part of group 2. Then some of you might have also studied this hire purchase in college. College students would have studied hire purchase. College students would have studied departmental accounts. You would have studied all these things. A lot of these topics you are going to see in group 1 accounts and maybe in group 2 might seem familiar. I want everybody, especially college students, to forget what you studied in college. Forget it. If you didn't study, very good, super. I skipped, sir. Very good. I want you to forget, because the level of sums that you get in your college final exams, not to demean any college course, I have also done BCom and all of that, but the level of sums you get in the final exam, last sum will be the introduction sum we do here. Introduction or first or second sum. Maybe some sums will be hard. So if you think cash flow, all these topics are what you studied already, I want you to unlearn it, because what we are going to do here is way different. Okay. Sir, there is a conflict. We don't have this issue in law because we are going to study fresh. Okay. If there is a conflict between, sir, what I studied in school and college compared to CA Inter, we will go ahead with what? CA Inter. CA Inter. Okay. There won't be conflict in terms of concept. Journal entry will be same, but the accounting treatment might change. Okay. Now, how we are going to approach the subject is going to be very conceptual. Fine. So I gave, so far what we discussed, I just gave you introduction to understand how the subject is all going to be. In law we had 3 rules for class. Here also we are going to have 3 rules. Okay. What is rule number 1 over there? Law. Running notes. I said take a lot of running notes. I will demonstrate in the next 15-20 minutes, giving you a lot of conceptual examples why you have to take running notes. We have the same rule here. What is the rule number 2 over there? Concept and memory. Here it's going to be concept plus practice, because there is nothing much to memorize in accounts. If I take everything put together, sir, how much should I memorize? Over 10 pages. Some definitions, some theory. Theory comes for about 4 to 8 marks in accounts. That's it. So it's going to be concepts. We will predominantly focus on concepts. Now coming to practice, so I can practice 1000 plus sums, or I can just practice 10 plus sums. If you mug up, start memorizing study mat, if you start memorizing 1000 sums, there will be 1001 sum and you will get bold in exam. If you are very strong with concepts, irrespective of what sum comes, you can solve it if you have enough practice. So we will predominantly focus on concepts and practice. Like I said, we might solve around accounts and advanced accounts put together will be 300 plus hours minimum. I need close to 130 hours for group 1 accounts, 170, 180 hours for group 2 accounts. So in this time we will solve a lot of sums. Sorry, you will solve a lot of sums. I will not solve any sum. So in the approach I am going to use, 0 sums will be solved by me on the board. But since it's new for you, if all of you are my foundation students, coming to inter means directly I will go with that approach. But since it's new for you, and since we have some online live and recording students, maybe in every topic 1 or 2 sums I will solve on the board. That also I will give you the structure. Clear? You have to solve. The reason being, I already told in the class, I will again repeat. In the main exam, accounts, you have to, when you read a question, you have to start solving. If I train you for 6 months, 3 months group 1, 3 months group 2 accounts, in a way where, come on, read the question, did you understand? Look at me solving, did you understand? Copy. What you are doing essentially in class is copying from the board, correct? In school, I am sure in 2 years, at least in my school or most schools, teacher will teach us, teacher will solve, then we will copy, correct? Or some teacher will ask us to try first, then teacher again will solve on the board, we will copy. So we are tuned for last 3 to 4 years to copy from the board, especially when it comes to accounts. I want you to start solving on your own. That is what we are going to focus on. You might not experience that today, but wait for 3-4 classes, wait for 2-3 topics to get over, you will understand how we are going to go. So rule 1 is same, running notes. Rule 2 small change, concept plus practice, and rule 3 is going to be library. Okay, we are going to call it library. What is it? I will explain, then we will fill the full sentence. I will give a brief for you to understand. Okay, let's take a topic that we all know, not part of group 1 syllabus. I told you group 1 syllabus is trailer, movie is group 2. But let's take a topic we are all aware of, partnership. Okay, everybody has solved partnership at some point, college or school, correct? Admission, retirement, death. Okay, now if you take partnership, we will have at least around 20 to 30 sums we may solve in the class. Plus you will go home and practice another 20 to 30 sums. So effectively you would have been exposed to at least 50 plus sums. Okay, now, so you solved 50 plus sums, half notebook over for partnership itself. Accounts we will have many notebooks, 4-5 notebooks it will take for both accounts together minimum. Okay, now I will tell you what you have to do. It's going to be library. Yeah, I'll come back. So when you do partnership, you're going to solve 50 plus sums, correct? Now, day before exam, guys, day before exam, let's say your exam is, if you're writing in November, let's say 1st November, so you're studying last 3 to 4 days accounts. Do you have the time to solve all the 50 sums? No. Nobody does it, correct? Then what do you do? For partnership, you're going to study means, I heard the term, what do you do? See the important questions. Okay, out of the 50 questions, 20 are important. You will solve or you will see. How many of you will solve all the 20 sums 3 days before? That itself will take away half day or 1 day. We don't have so much time, correct? Especially if you take advanced accounts, only 1.5 day leave and syllabus is mammoth. You can't solve, time is not there to solve. 2 sums pota 3 hours munjuru. Okay, so what to do? Most of us will see the sums, correct? So our whole agenda is, if I take a partnership sum which has, let's say, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 steps, you tell me, guys, all the sums will have 50 or 60 to 70% of the sum common adjustments of JLP adjustment, or they will say partner bought in capital, partner withdrew money. I am using these terms because you all know. Every sum will have 2 to 3 new adjustments, correct? If we all get stuck in a sum, in a big sum, it's going to be, sir, full sum I theriyud sir, in the or adjustment anna padan therilla. How many of you have faced this in accounts? Everybody, very good. Okay, that means what we have to do, if there are 50 sums that you have to practice, there will be effectively 70 new adjustments, correct? 70 new adjustments. I am giving rough number, 70 new adjustments. Rest everything in these sums will be common. That means instead of me solving 50 sums day before exam, I will solve one big sum, one normal standard exam sum, plus if I look at 70 adjustments, it's equal to solving 70 sums, correct? Because this common template everybody knows, opening template, filling opening balance, closing balance, all of that, correct? So our focus is to master these adjustments. So what we will do now, what is library is, in the beginning of your notebook, I'll tell you, I should have mentioned earlier itself, for accounts I need 2 notes, okay. Today one note is fine, we are going to have 2 notes, okay. I am going to call that 2 notes, concept note, sums note. I want everyone to follow this. Today we will be using only concept note. So you don't have sums, sir, sums note kondu varala, parvala, we're not going to solve sums today, okay. 2 notes, everybody mandatory, online live and recording, no problem, go buy 30-40 rupees, not a big deal. Notebook, any brand of your choice, long size notebook, ruled, don't buy unruled, because exam is what? Ruled. He has changed the book first day itself, others long size ruled. What are these 2 books going to be? Concepts note will generally end up being 1 to 2 notes or maybe 2 to 3 notes at the end of your batch, depending on how much running notes you take. Sir, one book itself will be enough, half book will be enough, okay. Sums note is where you are going to solve only sums, it's going to be like your solution planner, okay. So let's say for example, if I take partnership accounts, it's group 2, but I'm using the topic since you all know. All the concepts related to admission, death, retirement, dissolution, you will write down over here. The sums we will solve it over here, and both the books will have an index, okay. So concepts note is only to revise my concepts. Sums note, so I will give you a material of close to 120 pages. Today I gave you handouts. Like I said, by around March 10th you will get the law book, March 15th or 20th you will get the accounts full book, okay. Till then what I have given you is sufficient, okay. So you will write down, let's say for example, question 1 you are solving, you will write down, this is page 73 of my classroom material. If you are solving question number 7, this is page 120 of ICAI study mat. Able to follow, you will give reference so that you will not get confused. Able to follow, guys. So all of us will get one concepts and sums note with 3 pens, red, blue and black. Here anything is choice, but red is mandatory in my class. Law, accounts, advanced accounts, red is mandatory, it has to be with you, clear? This is regarding notebooks. So today I got only one new notebook, that is your concept note. Able to follow, guys, okay. Now that is your concept note. Now we are going to focus on this library of adjustments. I started off with that. I wanted to discuss this, and then a part of that is my concepts and sums note. So in your concepts note, first 10 pages you will not write anything. Turn 10 pages. I will tell you later. That 10 pages we are going to prepare a library in the concepts note. Sir, can I do it in sums note? Your wish. I am saying concept note because sums note, if you see, you will end up having 4 to 5 notes. Everybody class regular 4 5 notes, okay, because we will solve a lot of sums, but concept note only 1 to 2 notes. So you will prepare at least first 10 sides library. I will tell you what it is, then you do it. I will tell you what it is. What is this library going to be? It's called library of adjustments. I will prepare a small serial number. I will write adjustment, which is going to be my big column. Then I will write chapter. Then I will write page number. Okay. So you will have something like this. For example, serial number 1 is the first adjustment, which is unique. For example, surrender of JLP in case of death. This is one adjustment. You have found it challenging. You will write this adjustment here. You will write what chapter is this? Partnership accounts. We don't have partnership in group 1. I am using partnership because all of you can relate to it. Which page number? Page 30 of note 2. Able to follow? Because we are going to have how many sums note? 4 to 5. So you have to number your sums note. Otherwise, I will tell you what will happen. After the class gets over, if you are coming regular to class, okay, if you have attended all the classes, all the videos you have watched, online live and recording everybody, online live students, whenever you want, you can put it in the chat, put your doubt in the chat or unmute and talk, I can hear you. You will end up in, unlike law, where you will have only 2 notebooks. So personal, if you don't maintain an index, it's fine. End of accounts class, you will end up with 6 notebooks like this, normal 6 notebooks. End of my accounts class in CA-Inter, I had 10 notebooks I had. I used to take a lot of running notes. 10 notebooks, this many notebooks will be there. Yedukme, there is no page number, there is no index. Now, day before exam, you want to solve one sum, where you will go and search? That's a problem you will not face in foundation. We will face in inter because of the vast volume. And again, group 1 accounts plus group 2 accounts, 15 notebooks, guys. 15 notebooks, at least 10 notebooks you will have for both group 1 and group 2 combined. So many sums we will solve. Then imagine a scenario where you have 10 notebooks, everything you wrote, you have to keep searching. You can't find it. Able to follow? So that's why every notebook you have to prepare an index. This problem we will not face in any other subject. Okay. Costing, okay, 2, 3, 4 notebooks. But no other subject has this many solving of sums, accounts and advanced accounts. So you need to maintain an index and you need to properly map. If I tell you day before exam, if you are revising, I gave you for example today one handout you all got. We are not going to use online live, need not worry. Okay. Let's say I gave you departmental accounts handout. Question number 4, you want to search before exam day. Where will you go and search? So every sums note should have an index which writes down in the first page what all chapter sums I have solved in that. Are you able to follow? So sums note 1, we solved department, bonus, branch. Sums number 2, note we solved investment accounts, we solved final accounts. So if you write in the first page, when I open that sheet, I should find in first page. Able to follow, guys? Sir, all this I don't want to do, sir. Fine, but at least do this. Library of adjustments, very, very important. Let's take second adjustment. Tell me some adjustment which is difficult for you in partnership. I am not going to ask question. Adjustment enna kekra. Sir, adjustment therilla sir, enna adjustment enna? Something. Okay, partner taking over of investment at above cost. Okay, some adjustment. Okay, which you found interesting journal. So again you are writing partnership. This was solved in page 42. This was also solved in note 2. Like this we will write all the adjustments. For partnership it might go for 2 pages. You might have ending maybe let's say 30 adjustments. So day before our exam, this is your what you are preparing, this library of adjustments is your asset day before the exam. I will come to this index of the 10 pages and see partnership in the adjustment I tell you. So padika vena, I know what to do. Then I will read second adjustment. Hey, very good. This also I know. I can handle this. Then I will read third adjustment. Hey, in this I have some doubt. You have page number, note reference. Immediately take that note, look at that adjustment, clear. Then go to adjustment 4. That means in 30 minutes you can revise 30 adjustments. Are you able to follow? So again we are creating an ability to revise in a day. Again I will guarantee you, I can challenge you. We have about 50 students in the class, here 35, 40, online live 10, 15, some recording, totally 50. I can guarantee you and promise, at least law summary notes 10 will write, but accounts, more than 5 will not write. This library, all of you will leave 10 pages, but last line I pata, for most of them 7-8 pages will be blank. Sir, I will copy from my friend, sir. What is difficult for me is not difficult for my friend. You have to prepare this. Again, when we start solving, initial 2-3 chapters I will tell, hey, go and update in library, hey, go and update in library. Afterwards, who should have come and update adjustments here? You have to do it. I can challenge you, I can bet, I can guarantee, if more than 5 of you out of this 50 prepare library, I mean, I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked. I'm seeing it. 10% is the number. We have not crossed. But you know the value of it. Those who cleared the exam in the previous attempt, you go ask them. They will tell, sir, that library was so useful. Day before exam, I was able to revise the entire syllabus in 2 hours. Okay. So this is something you have to prepare. Leave 10 notes. Sir, what is different now in accounts class, sir? What should we do? Get one. Look at the 3 rules I want you all to follow. Running notes. Take lot of running notes. Okay. Second, concept plus lot of practice. The approaches. I will not solve a sum. You will only solve sums in class, but I will help you solve the sum. I will help you solve. In fact, I can turn the screen off. All you have to do is listen to me, close your eyes and solve. Online live, you can turn the computer off. Headphones, you can solve. That's how the sum will go. It's going to be like that. And I wanted to look at the notebook. Third one, when I use library, it's called library of adjustments. For that, I gave you brief. 2 notebooks, concept and sums notebook. Mandatory, I don't want you to do concept and sums in same note. Concepts and sum. Today's note, what you got, call it concepts note. Leave first 10 pages for this library of adjustments. You have to prepare like this, draw and keep down. And then sums note will be there. Ensure every note has, if not a proper index, what is it? You write down at least what all chapters is covered in that note. Preferably try to buy those notebooks where page numbers already printed. Some of them will have it. If you don't have, no problem. If you sit down for 5 minutes, you can write for full note. Don't be lazy in writing page numbers. Okay. Clear, guys? Page numbers, when you write, you revise page number 1, Companies Act, section 1. Page number 2, you can link with sections of Companies Act. We will do that later. Okay. Fine. So this is, we have said the introduction. So till now, what have we understood, guys? Hold on, yeah. What have you understood so far? Hello. The subject, accounts, easy or difficult? Scoring paper, first paper. So I want you to get that confidence. How we are going to approach this? We are going to have a concepts note, sums note. I will show you, maybe I should have got from previous batch 2 students notebook, concepts and sums separate. Maintain this library. All of you clear till here? Any doubt in this? Sir, can I leave 15 pages for library? Your wish. I am saying roughly 10 on a safe side. You might end up using only 4 or 5 sides. It's fine, but roughly 10 sides. If somebody is genuine, writing for every adjustment, he will finish 10 pages. Okay. Done, guys. Can I proceed further? Now, do you know this term called, yeah, then next is, fine, yeah, okay. We are done with introduction, yeah. Now for school and college, I just want to tell one more thing, I should have told yesterday. Very important, I have taken batches where there were 80 students in class, all college direct entry students. I have also taken batch with just 50 students in the class, all school students. And there's also combined batch like this 50, combination of both. I am going to be honest, might be offensive to a few students, but it's okay. It's always better to tell the truth and hurt somebody than lying in life. Okay, so in the batch I have taken with school students, out of 50, 25 end up passing. Okay, in this batch of college of 80, not even 5 passed. Not even 5 passed. I will tell you why. Okay. School students who finished CA and came, it's mainly the approach. School students just now finished 12th standard recently, last 2-3 years. Memory is fresh and the seriousness you have in 12th is same over there here, correct? And then the time availability for you is 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. is class. You go home and nothing else to do, correct? No class, no movies, maybe IPL means evening you will see 1-2 hours is there, it will start. Then rest of the day you have time only for studying. That means in a day 12 hours you can easily study including class. That is for 6 hours. But those who are doing college, what happens is college or work or other things, we had a long gap. Last time you wrote a serious exam. I want to ask all the college students honestly, which was the last exam you got scared and you had pressure rating? 12th or college exam? 12th only. I don't think college exam you were that serious. How many of you, sir, college exam I was more serious than my 12th boards? Anybody? Good, but nobody is there. College life will do that in the sense, the whole point of college is to enjoy life, meet new friends. Weekend means we will go to ECR for one drive, Pondicherry I will go weekend. Lot of things is there happens in college. It's part of life. Yes, we have to enjoy, sir, nothing else we can do. College na adha. Now what happens in the 3 years, because everybody around us does that only, correct? So our seriousness gradually drops in 3 years. I want all the college students here to go back to the mentality you had in class 12. You just have to forget about those 3 years. 3 years you should forget. Plus the problem you have is, once you finish your class now, some of you are going to college or some of you are going to office, correct? Now in that case, you go home only by 7 or 8 p.m. So you are losing out 6 to 8 hours of studying which the other students are having. That means you are competing at a national level with these students who have been studying for 6 months into 12 hours a day minimum, compared with us who are studying for 6 months into only 6 hours of class, plus after going home maybe 1-2 hours. That means easily you lose 6 hours a day into 180 days for 6 months. You do the math, guys. More than 1200 hours we have less time. That's because of the nature of the approach taken. That means you have to be more serious than school students, correct? But we don't have that because of what? That college life, that period. So what I'm not trying to demean anybody. I'm just telling you what I have seen in the past. That means you have to be little more serious when it comes to college students. Are you guys able to follow? Understanding of, okay? Especially for accounts. I'm telling it in accounts class because college students have the mentality in the topic line college liyum padchiten. I'm telling you honestly, it's not the same. It is not the same. It's like, what to say, there's so much difference. Take one topic and see, okay? Now let's get into the syllabus. Till here clear, guys. I wanted to set, I'm not trying to put you down. I just want you to be a little more cautious. Understand the reality. Your competition is not your college friend who's doing CA with you. Your competition is people writing across the country. The competition is huge. So you have to be consistent. I'm not trying to scare you again. No. All I want you to do is be consistent. Okay. So when it comes to accounts, to summarize, the approach is learn the concepts in class, practice in class. We will have concept note plus sums note, maintain your library of adjustments. Sir, what should I do after going home in accounts? Or what should I do in every subject I take? Accounts, law and advanced accounts. After going home and before you come back to next class, I want you all to spend only 35 minutes for me. Is that possible? No homework, nothing. I will not give any homework. I want you to spend only 35 minutes. Every day, I want you to follow. Not just for my class actually. Do this for every class. Accounts, after you go home today, spend 30 minutes to revise what's done in class from 7 to 1. Understood? That's it. After you go home, like how you read a newspaper, like this. Today's class, go home and spend 30 minutes for revising. Sir, what about last 5 minutes, sir? Let's say today I am taking a topic, let's say for example, departmental accounts, which is today's date, 3rd March. Assume the next accounts class we have is only 6th March. For example, 6th March. Before you come back for the next class, the previous class topic, what was taken in that class, revise for 5 minutes on before 6th. Either 5th night or no sir, I wake up in the morning or 6th morning. Whichever works for you. Are you guys clear? Sir, sir, what is this? Do it and see for 10 days. Don't do it for 10 days because don't do it we like. Again, do it for 10 days. Don't do it for 10 days. Look at two difference. The ability of you to revise, the ability of you to recollect in the class. Again, only those who are doing all this consistently will find the difference. Revise every day 30 minutes, next day before the class 5 minutes you revise. Okay. I will keep repeating this in class multiple times, but I don't know honestly how many of you will follow. I'll be happy if most people follow it. Now write down syllabus after you leave 10 pages. We are going to break down the syllabus into 3 buckets. Basically our module 1, module 2 and module 3. Module 1 deals with accounting standards. Accounting standards. We have AS1, AS2, AS3, AS10, AS11, AS12, AS16. I'll explain what AS now is later. We have 1, 2, 3, no 4, 5, 6, 11, 12 and AS13. Yeah, I missed AS13. Yeah. AS11, 12, 13 and 16. Able to follow guys? Before we had, don't write. What I'm writing in red pen, don't write. These 4 standards were also part of group 1 2 years back. But I don't know why ICA did this. Already group 1 syllabus was weaker, group 2 was heavy. He weakened this more and increased it here. So these 4 topics he removed from group 1 and shifted where? Group 2. Plus partnership accounts. Assume group 1 and he kept where? Group 2. So partnership accounts plus these 4 standards itself will cover 20 marks. He kept it in group 2. That means group 1 is basically an easy syllabus. Okay. So from this module guys, from this module 1, you can expect an exam mandatory without a doubt 20 marks minimum. It can go up to 25 marks. And the beauty is this 20 marks is my question 1. That means my compulsory question will be what guys? Accounting standards. Sir, I want to skip sir standards. You can't skip. Main exam, first 4 questions, 5 marks, 5 marks, 5 marks, 5 marks. Compulsory will be what? Accounting standards. Sometimes out of 20 they will ask 15 marks. Maybe one question is something else. But invariably in the paper somewhere else it will come. 20 marks guaranteed in accounting standards. In other words, if I have to put it, both papers together, accounts and advanced accounts together is 200 marks, out of which 40 to 50 marks guarantee in the exam is accounting standard. That means both the accounts, first question is what? What is that? Compulsory. Accounting standard. Now, soltan clear away. So, first question is going to be accounting standards. He's made it mandatory. We will learn in the next 15-20 minutes why it's mandatory. And this is my scoring area. Accounting standards is a scoring area. It's so easy, so easy. It's basically the language of accounts. It's so easy. Mandatory 20 marks. Note, you can't even think about skipping. There is no option for you. Next is module 2. Module 2, we have set of few topics. I'll write down in no particular order. Just writing down whatever I remember. Preparation of financial statements. You would have studied in school preparation of balance sheet P&L for sole proprietor, partnership. Now we will do preparation of P&L balance sheet for companies. Okay. Then managerial remuneration, bonus and rights issue, redemption of preference shares, redemption of debentures. Debentures, preference shares, bonus rights. Yeah, last one. Pre and post incorporation. This is part of my module 2. Module 2 in study mat. Preparation of FS, managerial remuneration, bonus and rights issue, redemption of preference shares, redemption of debentures, pre and post incorporation. Sir, what's common among all these topics? They are all related to company accounts. They are all related to company accounts, and you can expect in the exam from this 30 to 35 marks. 30 to 35 marks guaranteed from these topics. Last one is your module 3. We have topics such as investment accounts, hire purchase, branch accounting, including foreign branch. I'll repeat, I might not write fully there. Investment accounts, hire purchase, branch accounting including foreign branch, departmental accounts, insurance claims, accounting from incomplete records, or colloquially known as single entry. Single entry, insurance, hire purchase, branch, department, investment, accounting. Yeah. One more topic. That's it. Is there anything else? I think one is missing, but I'm not sure. I think everything is covered. Yeah. Anybody has a study mat? No? Okay. Just check. I think I covered everything, but just checking in the index. Open it. Just check the index. Index will have all topics. Yeah. Just just check if everything is covered. I think it's covered as far as I know, but just double checking. Module 3 also everything is covered. Correct? Yeah, that's it. That's it, guys. You wrote everything. This is for about 45 to 55 marks. Module 3. 45 to 55 marks. Sir, what is going to be covered in these module 3 chapters? All these chapters are independent. No relationship with some other chapter. Taniya padichirunom. Okay. Insurance claims, no relationship. Independently I will learn. This investment accounts alone is related to AS 13. When I take AS 13, I will take investment accounts. Are you all with me, guys? Guys, did you all understand? Hello? Okay. So 45 to 55. So fully you are saying everything is easy. What is challenging? Maybe branch accounts. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing else is challenging in group 1 accounts. Branch accounts. Then rest and all are fairly simple. If you want me to write, sir, apart from that few more things, maybe preparation of FS, but that's actually very easy. Maybe a little bit of hire purchase or insurance claims. Then some of them will also write incomplete records. That's it. So apart from these topics, where you need to little bit apply your mind, yeah, everything else is straightforward topics if you understand the concept. Redemption of debentures also. Everything has that little bit of concept. If you get it, it's simple. Okay. The toughest chapter here, branch accounts, could be one of the easiest in group 2 accounts. Like that, you got the perspective, understood? Clear guys, done with syllabus also. Now we are going to proceed to the subject. Sir, Appada, final over sir. All introduction, everything is done. Are you clear with the base mindset done? See, every class, first class I have to introduce the subject, give syllabus background. We did that for law, we are doing that for accounts. Can I proceed further now? Hello all of you. Can I get a loud yes? Perfect. Now, in school, when you wrote balance sheet, what do you write here first? Fixed assets. Now that name is changed. Do you know? Everybody got exposed to that somewhere in college or school. What do you call that now? Property, plant and equipment. How many of you are not aware of this? Now you know. We will not, everybody aware of the term fixed assets. Okay. But in 2016, now I am getting into subject guys, I am getting into subject. Today we are going to predominantly deal with the, I am going to deal not with this and not with this also, I am going to deal with accounting standards today to set the base. There are few topics which I have to cover first. Our agenda will mainly be take few accounting standards, then take some departmental accounts, and I gave you 2 handouts, bonus and rights and department, just for the feel of the subject. Then I will enter into everyone's favorite topic, preparation of FS. Okay. But before that, this name was changed, like how we changed. Do you know you can change your name? Anybody say, sir? There is an option to change your name. Okay. Same way, fixed asset name in 2016 in India was changed to property, plant and equipment. We traditionally call it PPE. Why? Why guys? Why did they change the name? To be in line with the international standards is one line answer. Correct? Let me give an example for you to understand that. Okay. To understand the background and all of that. Let's say for example, your name? Sabiha. Okay. So Sabiha, correct spelling? S-A-O-E-H-A. Okay, got it. Okay. So Sabiha started a company in Chennai. Okay. Let's say she started an IT company in Chennai. Okay. Her friend, your name? Divya, has gone to Mumbai and she started an IT company in Mumbai. Okay. Both of them have started 2 different places, similar IT company. Understand the background. After 1 year, Sabiha has reported a net profit of 70,000. Divya has reported net profit of 90,000. Now I am calling, let's say, Aravind, correct? And I am saying Aravind, here Aravind, take 1 lakh rupees. You know both Sabiha and Divya who are sitting next to you in class behind you. You have to invest in one company. Which company you will invest? Divya's company. Why? Because she is earning more profit. We all go always like how newspaper we open and see sports page or entertainment page. When I give financials, everybody focuses on the net profit. So when I ask a layman to compare, they will straight away go and compare what? Net profit. But what Sabiha did, when she purchased computer, laptop, she purchased laptop for 2 lakhs this year. What is the entry for purchase of laptop? Laptop account debit to bank account, correct? She passed the entry P&L account debit to bank. She did not capitalize it. So her P&L has a debit of laptop of 2 lakhs. Now Arvind, which company you will invest? Why? Because she did a wrong accounting, extra debit of 2 lakhs, which decreased their profit, correct? This is an error in accounting. If I follow AS 10, property, plant and equipment, it says assets should be capitalized, correct? I'm giving you a simple, no sir, I know this sir, school lay parchta. This comes from AS10, property, plant and equipment, which says, this is the, what to say, basic concept. Asset means you should not debit what? P&L, you should capitalize, correct? That means every company should pass only this entry and not this entry, correct? Why? So that I can compare these net profits. Because I don't have the time to go and check every entry did you pass correctly. In simple, accounting standards are the language of accounting. Okay. To give you a simple example, let's say our friend has studied JavaScript and Python language or C++. Can he work anywhere in the world? Can he work anywhere in the world? He can work in any company. That's why you see software engineers on site, Germany, Belgium, US, Canada. But if you finish CA, where can you work? Predominantly India. If not India, we have an option of Middle Eastern countries. Okay. But apart from that, you can't go and work in other countries. Correct? That's because the language of coding is the same universally. But the language of accounting is called accounting standards, is not the same universally. Meaning, let me give you a background. We have something called US GAAP. We have something called IFRS. We have something called accounting standards. United States, US follows their own accounting. It's called US GAAP, அவங்களுக்கு own standards. But globally, 190 plus countries follows what? For example, UK, Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, Singapore, 190 plus countries follows IFRS. IFRS means International Financial Reporting Standards. International Financial Reporting Standards. Sir, enna sir idu putsa irukku? It is the language of accounting. How software has C++, Java, Python. We have what? IFRS, US GAAP, AS. Language of accounting. What is this language teaching me? I gave you a simple example. Asset means capitalization. That is coming from the AS10, language of accounting. Clear? Now, India used to follow a different language called AS. We did not follow IFRS. IFRS is the global standards able to follow. We followed something different from the world. That means within India, if Sabiha and Divya started company in India, I can compare Chennai company or Mumbai company. I can compare because both of them are following the same language of AS, correct? Both are following AS. So if I take a restaurant P&L balance sheet from Chennai and compare with the restaurant P&L of Mumbai, it will be the same. It will be the same. I can compare because they are all prepared using the same AS. But can I compare, let's say, State Bank of India, India's financial statements with US Bank, American Bank? No, because they have prepared using, we prepare using, accounting standards, correct? That means the language Indian companies cannot compare with any other country in the world. So Indian CS used to work only in India and Middle East. Because Middle East predominantly was simple. They don't have GST, they don't have income tax, nothing. Okay. Only now lately something is coming up. Able to follow, guys. So then what happened in 2016? The government decided we have to go universal. We have to go universal. We have to go global. ICA went and started setting up ICA offices in other countries. How we have ICA Chennai office, ICA Kochi office, ICA we have Tambaram office. They started setting up ICA branches in Dubai, other countries in Europe, other countries. So what happened? They decided that how India grew in 2000 till 2020, India's major contribution to economy is what? What is it, guys? IT, correct? Export of software. Today, India's software is one of the most advanced in the world. TCS, Wipro, all of that, because we learned the world's coding language and we sent people. Head of Google is Indian, head of YouTube is Indian. We have people everywhere, correct? But when it comes to accounting, our knowledge was limited to operations in India. So ICA decided it is time that we also go global. That means we have to learn what? Global language. No, we have to learn the global language. I am setting the background, guys. Sir, so far class 1 hour over, sir. What should I remember for exam? Nothing. You just sit back and relax like a story. Because first class will always be like that. Sir, no, sir, accounts class is going theory, only first class. After that, we will do fully sums only. Okay. So, we have to go global. Are you able to follow? Is it interesting or boring, guys? Boring. Yes. Okay. Fine. So, we have to learn the global language. Correct. So, what is happening? What India decided in after the Companies Act 2013 came, in 2016, we had to learn the global language. But namakku oru ego irukum. Nada idu last 60 70 years India means different. We are learning AS. Why should I learn IFRS? Okay. So what we did, we released new standards in India. It's called Ind AS. So now we have three things: IFRS, Ind AS, and AS. Sir, Ind AS and IFRS and sir difference? Spelling the difference. We copied, no, sorry, I should not use the term copy. We adopted in accounts, borrowed law. We adopted in IFRS in India, but we renamed as what? Ind AS. Understood? It's able to follow, guys. It's like Unilever Limited. In India, we'll call it HUL, Hindustan Unilever. It's actually a foreign company, but projecting as if Indian company. Able to follow, guys. Now, we renamed ellame same. If I study Ind AS equal to studying IFRS. Ellame same. Full content to wordings. Copy paste. Sorry. Adopted. We adopted IFRS. But change the name. Okay. But if I copy fulla copy now, they'll make fun of us. You copy just like this. We'll make fun of. So what ICA did? I don't want to copy as like this. We will make small changes. So they made some small changes. Like the number of changes, I can count 10 changes, around 10 changes, that's all. Small changes here and there to suit Indian economy. Those changes are called carve outs. Carve out, meaning I am carving myself out from the global IFRS. To be honest, 99.99% same as IFRS, and the 0.1% change, because then we can't use the term copy. Then I can use the term what? Adopted. But we have to protect the guys. We have to say what? Adopted IFRS. Clear? But IFRS and AS are different in many ways. There are 1000 or 100 plus differences between what IFRS and AS. That means if I learn Ind AS, now I have learned a global language. Correct? You have learned a global language. But to learn Ind AS, first you should learn AS. Because AS is the base. That's why if you see in CA Inter, we are going to learn all the AS. In CA Final, you will learn what? Ind AS. You can do a comparative study. Fortunate in that way. For us, Ind AS came only after passing. Okay. So now that you know a global language, your scope of practice has opened globally. Go check the ICA website. In the last 6 to 7 years, so many MOUs are coming. For example, I'll give a few. If you finish Indian CA, go to Singapore and just stay in Singapore for 6 months. You can do you are called a CA of Singapore. Exam la kadiyadu. You are now a CA of Singapore. Sir, I want to go to UK. UK also has CA course. Foundation, Inter, Final. They call it Executive and Advanced. They also have multiple papers. Hey, all that I don't want. If you want to write CA of UK, final level, there is 2 papers in UK. Just write 2 exams, enough. When you can do this, after clearing CA, global standards are accepted as they are saying, okay, very good. You have learned, you are now a Indian CA, you have studied IFRS. So you can practice in UK also. But write only 2 exams. You can go practice in London. Sir, no sir, I want to go to Australia, New Zealand. No problem. You can do CPA Australia. They also have foundation, executive, professional. Professional na final. 9 papers. You are finished CA va? Okay. 1 paper enough. ஒரே ஒரு paper, write 1 entrance exam, 1 paper, that too open book, that too MCQ. Okay. Open book, MCQ, that too what subject? Vision, mission. What is the vision? Strategic management. You have in group 2. That paper, 50 marks. You should write for Australia. Open book, case study based MCQ. But what is the challenge over here? Fees will be in dollars. Australian CA means or 1.5 lakh fees. Of course, if you want the UK means or 2.5 lakhs you have to pay. But still less than our engineering courses. So don't have to worry. Okay. But annual membership fees will be little higher. Here we pay as Indian CA some 3-4,000. If you are becoming Australian CA, some 20,000 rupees membership fee. That's because you have the benefit. You can go practice and work in Australia, you will get 40-50 lakhs per year annual salary minimum. Without, sir, I want to go to Ireland. You can go. Sir, I want to go to Zimbabwe. They have opened Zimbabwe MOU. Okay. All these countries, every few months, ICA is adding new country to this list. There are so many other countries. England and Wales is there. Globally, we are getting now that because you learned a global language. Understood? Sir, can I go to US? Unfortunately, no. With Indian CA, because US is still following what? That means they are not following IFRS. That means if you want to go and practice in US, you have to do a course called CPA US. Adukku CA ko sambandhame kediyadu. There is no relationship, relationship in terms of subject is there. There are also accounts, tax, law, but no exemption, nothing. CPA US gives more value to your BCom degree than CA qualification as of today. But it's going to change because I'm sure you all know 2021 CA is now considered as what? PG. CA inter pass equal to UG. Okay. This is the background. Sir, why we discussed all this? He got the answer in the first line. Your name? Janeshwar told in the first line. We are learning that AS fixed assets name was, we started with this, correct? Sir, start panni engiyo poitinga. The name of fixed asset is changed to PPE because AS follows what? Fixed assets. IFRS follows what? Therefore, Ind AS also follows what? So we changed it in the AS itself to get you ready that wait panni paru Ind AS varudhu. So globally, Germany financials, US, Australia financials, they use what? We used to use what? It is difficult to ask the 180 countries to change to AS. So we changed to what? Ind AS. That's it. Able to follow? Understood the background? Okay. Sir, are we going to learn Ind AS now in our class? Only AS. But AS itself will help you learn 60-70% of Ind AS. So our final is only going to be the additional extra things. Able to follow? Till here, anybody has any doubt? So with this background for accounting standards is done, I am going to start off with the first accounting standard. Simple one, AS1. It's called the mother of accounting standards. It's the base. It's the base. Okay. No. AS1. With this background now is over, guys. Introduction to subject is done. I hope you got the context. It might not be relevant for exam, but I want you to be ready. This knowledge now is important. Clear, guys? Now, online live, I hope all of you are there, guys. Didn't sleep off, no morning class?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Okay. So, AS1 talks about, write down, disclosure of accounting policies. Disclosure of accounting policies. So write down the definition, guys. Definition. No. Only one definition is standard, remember. Write down. Accounting policies refers to specific accounting principles and the method of applying those principles, down arrow, adopted by the enterprise in preparation and presentation of financial statements. I'll explain, write it guys. Till you get the material, I will write the definitions on board, use this. Once you get the book, we will learn it from the book, okay. So accounting policies refers to specific accounting principles and the method of applying those principles. Sir, onume purla sir. We will come back to it later. Now, I will give an example. Understand the example fully. This is very important. Yeah, write down if you want to copy, guys. What is accounting policy? Accounting policy refers to specific accounting principles and method of applying those principles adopted by the enterprise in preparation and presentation of financial statements. I will explain this full definition with an example. Forget about definition, we just wrote down. Running notes, example. This is what you don't find in the book. Let's take a company like L&T. Have you all heard of L&T? L&T is famous for what? Construction, correct. But what is their specialty? Construction of big and complicated products only they will do. Sir, na veedu katta poren, L&T kutta varamatom unless you give money. L&T, what they generally construct? Metro, bridges, flyovers. FIFA World Cup took place last year in Qatar. Stadium was built by L&T. Indian company L&T only built the Qatar World Cup stadium, football stadium. Okay, all those stadiums, big ones. If you go to, let's say, Coimbatore, you might have seen recently Mahashivratri that Isha Foundation has that big Shiva statue over there. You might have seen somewhere in photos. That was built by L&T. So all the complicated big structures will be built by L&T. Sir, why are we discussing the example? Let's say you have called, let's say, who yesterday had 500 crores, I told example. Okay, we'll pick somebody new. Naren. So, Naren, correct, Naren the investor. So, remember yesterday's class, Naren was the investor, correct? So, Naren has 500 crores property for the rest of our batch. Okay, whenever I need a rich example, I will go to Naren. Naren has 500 crores. He called L&T to build a house for him. He told, I want a house in Chennai, ECR. For those who are not from Chennai, ECR is East Coast Road. It is beachside road. So, he said, I want an ECR, one independent bungalow. When I come to my balcony, wake up in the morning, when I brush my teeth, I want to see the beach. That is his dream house. He has 500 crores. So, he wanted to build a house with all these facilities. When he wakes up and comes out, beach view, he wants to relax. Advanced house, lot of all features he has. So, L&T quoted him 100 crores to construct the house. He said, no problem, take it, I am going to retire over there. All facilities, everything in the house, guys. Okay. So, 100 crores for an independent villa, some 5 acres, huge lawn, everything they are constructing. How long will this construction take? 1 year over. He is not putting pressure, he is saying, take your time. 2 to 3 years average, guys. 4 to 5 years if you are slow. 1 year is if you are extremely fast. Average is 2 to 3 years, able to follow up. Now, for construction of the house, what is the biggest raw material L&T needs? Cement. Yes, cement, sand, steel. Let's take cement. Okay. So, cement is purchased, or even if you take, let's say, sand, let it be anything. Okay. Now, in the land where they are constructing the house, Naren has handed over the land to L&T. He said, I will come back after 2 years, take 50 crores now. I will pay balance 50 crores after 2 years only. This is my structure. He gave the model, vision, and he left. He went for a world tour. Sir, I'll come back in 2 years. If you call me, I can't pick. I'll be in Bali today. Tomorrow I'll be in Vietnam. I don't know where I will be. I'll be traveling only. So I can't pick. Okay. So now in construction, and sand and cement was purchased. Let's take one example, sand or cement. Doesn't matter. Okay, sand doesn't matter. Okay. Now, beginning of the year, I'm giving the example. You are going to give me the answer later. Okay. So beginning of the year, L&T purchased some sand. Sand, if I purchase, will I keep it safely in the house, or will I just throw it on the road? Construction site, have you seen movies? There will be one heap of sand, correct? So sand in the beginning of the year, L&T purchased, let's say, for our example, 500 kgs of sand, okay, at rupees, let's say, 200 rupees per kg. Example, sir, no sir, actual rate on the 800 rupees. Our example, what I write only, okay, 200 per kg. Then the sand, they kept using the sand, it kept reducing. Middle of the year, only so much sand was left. Okay. Now again, will you buy sand? Hello? Yes. When the new sand comes, will you put it on top of the existing sand, or Tanya, you will keep it separately? Separate or mix it in one bulk? Construction site, you have seen sand. If they, will you mix it on the existing heap, or will you keep it separately? Mix, you will mix it, correct? If you see in construction sites, there will be 2-3 heaps. We will mix everything and keep in one place, correct? If you see in construction bricks, we will new supply, old supply, we will mix it. Cement, old and new, we will mix it. Sand, old and new, we will mix it. We don't keep it separately. Why? Because it's the same. I am not buying first sand different quality, second sand different quality. It's going to be the same, correct? So there is no point mixing, correct? I mix it. But the price will change, correct? Sand price, if you see, is fluctuating throughout the year based on the demand and supply. So middle of the year, they purchased another 300 kgs of sand at rupees 240 per kg. 240 per kg. Are you able to understand now? Then again, we are going to the end of the year. Again, sand reduced. End of the year, sand was not available. Let's say only so much was there. So they still needed some more sand. End of the year, they purchased some more sand. Let's say they purchased 200 kgs at the end of the year, when the price was 270 per kg. So beginning was how much? 200, middle was 240, ending was 270. This transaction happened. Now came to year end. End of the year, as on 31st March, 150 kgs of sand was left. In the construction site, it makes no difference. Construction will continue as it is, correct? Follow guys now. Construction will continue as it is. But when I prepare my P&L balance sheet, I have to write my closing stock, correct? We are now coming into subject finally. So closing stock will be 150 kgs, correct? Into what? Into what rate? Now in reality, tomorrow, all of you, now you are preparing for exam. But when you go to articleship and you become CEO of L&T, you will face this issue. So you have to pick this 150 kgs is going to be multiplied by what? 200. I will give options. I want you guys to pick. I want you to participate, guys. Option A, 200. Option B, 240. This whole example I am not giving for time pass. We will connect with the definition. Then it becomes so easy to understand. Option C, very good, 270. Do I have an option D? Average. Oh, very good. What are the two types of average we have? Simple average and, so I will take, so let this be for example, option D I will write as simple average. Option E, yes, I can give the answer and I can proceed, but I want you to get that lateral thinking ability, okay? Anybody else, sir? Option F, sir? No option. Other two, current rate, okay. On date, current rate on 31st March. G, anybody? I don't know. Okay. No. How many of you, all of you understood the example? My example is in the 150, I will multiply with what? You are seeing options 200, 240 and 270. I wrote down all the possible options I can think of. If you have a different option, please let me know. Now I want you all to participate. Exam it came, you can't say I don't know. ஏதாவது ஒன்று பிக் பண்ணும் கரெக்டாக, no negative marking, MCQ. So I'll strike off IDK first. How many of you option A? 200 sir. 200. One option we have 200. Okay, 200. Online live and recording students, for you guys I already told you the rules is I want you all to participate. Anybody online live and recording first class? You are watching accounts only. Your rules I will tell you later. I want you to participate. When I ask you to raise your hand here, you will raise in your house. When I ask you to repeat, you will repeat in the house. I want you to keep prompting in the house, guys. Very important. Otherwise it becomes very difficult. How many of you 240? Nobody is raising for 240. So can I strike 240? Nobody picked 240. 270? So we have some hands for 270. How many of you simple average? Simple average is not 200 plus 240 plus 270 by 3. How much is coming, guys? Quickly. 200 plus 240 plus 270 by 3. 236. How many of you simple average? 236. Few hands. I will keep the option. How many of you weighted average? Always we get highest hands for weighted average. Yes. What is the weighted average value, guys? Can you compute? 200 into 500 plus 240 into 300 plus 270 into 200 whole divided by what? Number of kgs. 500, 800, 1000. Correct? You know to compute a weighted average. Inventory purchase. How much? No. 500 into 200 plus 300 into 400 plus 200 into 270 whole divided by number of kgs. 1000. 2. I'm getting different answers. 226 one. 226. I'll go with majority, guys. Okay. 226 is our answer. Fine. I don't know. 226. I'll compute, guys, for those who are not able to get it. Fine, I'll do it quickly. See, it's going to be 500 kgs into 200 plus 300 kgs into 240 plus 200 into 270 whole divided by 1000 kgs. This is the answer. Guys, all of you same answer. 226 is the answer. Fine. Otherwise, others will have done some mistake in calculator. In the manual, if you're going to give marks for examiner, we can't help it. Okay, now current rate, new option I got. Yes, your name? Aditya says I will take current rate on 31st March. Anybody wants to join Aditya's team? Whatever that rate. He's saying 31st rate, market price is taking. Market price on 31st. Correct? So everybody Aditya's team. If it's lower than, okay, you are saying you will compare market price versus cost. Sir, I studied in school, sir. Lower of cost or market price, whichever is lower. So Aditya chose market price. All of you chose cost of 226 or 236 or simple average or 200. Correct? So basically option A, B, C, D, E is cost. Option F is market price. We will forget about market price because we are focusing on what? Cost. You are right. I will compare cost versus market price. Take whichever is lower. There's a logic behind that formula. We will see later. But I want to know what are you going to take for. See, to compare with market price, first you should take cost. We are focusing on what the cost is. So I'll strike off option F. Got it? Now we have 4. I'm doing elimination option, guys. Logic. We have weighted average left, simple average left, 270 left, 200 left. Now let me give you a concept and then you pick the value again. Follow, guys. We studied in school First thing I want you all to repeat with me loudly, guys, online live and here. Financial statement should give a, what is the statement? Should give a what and what? Dash and dash view. True and, what have you studied? Very good, amazing, amazing, guys. Financial statement should give a true and. All of you studied this many times. We mugged it, it's part of a system. FS should give a true and. Loudly, guys, should give what, guys? True and. Sorry. Again, loudly, I can't hear you. Financial statement should give a true and. What is the meaning of this? That means, I'll give a simple example. You just tell me if you are aligning with me. In the balance sheet, bank account is 100. As on 31st of March. That means I will realize how much? 100. Debtors is 250. That means I will get how much on 31st March? 250. That means the wordings use this as on. That means that day on 31st March, if I dispose my assets or if I sell my assets, I should realize what's in balance sheet. Correct? That's balance sheet on 31st March. For example, if I write balance sheet on 31st March, investment 300. If I sell my investments on 31st, I will get 300. Correct? That's balance sheet meaning. Loan 750. If I pay the loan on 31st, I have to pay 750. All of you agreeing with that? Now with that background, if I write stock in balance sheet and write 500, if I sell on that day, how much I should get? At least 500 cost. Correct? That means my value in the balance sheet should reflect a price as close as possible to the real value. Correct? Now, if I take this 150 kgs for my closing stock and multiply with 200, does it give me a realistic value? 200 was the price when? Beginning of the year. What is the latest price? That means, can I presume that today if I sell 150 kgs, I am going slow, follow. Today if L&T cancels the project, Naren says, cancel the project. If I sell this leftover 150 kgs of sand, practically will L&T realize a value close to 200 or close to 270? All of you agreeing? Close to 270. So using true and fair, should I use 200 or 270? That means, can I eliminate the option of 200? Everybody who chose 200 understood logic. So we still have average and 270. Now you tell me, guys, average is giving me a value of 236 and 226. That means my average is bringing down my price because beginning of the year there is a heavy purchase, but end of the year only less purchase at different pricing. So you tell me, with the same logic, will I take 236, 226 or 270? Which one, guys? That means my logic is, when I sell my asset today, when I sell my assets on this day, 31st March, my asset should reflect the value that I will realize today. Correct? So if I sell today, will I get 236 or 226 or 270? Something close to that. What will I get? 270 or 236? Which one? 270. Correct? All of you agreeing with me? That means I will even strike out my simple average and weighted average will be striked out. What is left? The answer is 270. How many of you chose closing 270? Now follow. The logic is, now look how beautifully it comes. 270 means I am picking 270 because that is the price near my close end year. And if I look at the trend of my price, beginning of the year was how much? 240, 270. Correct? It's showing an increasing trend. Correct? So I will predict that in April and May also price will increase. So a realistic value, true and fair view is what to pick. Now picking 270, What method am I following? What method is this? Is this weighted average? What are the methods you have? Weighted average, LIFO. In the moon, everybody knows. These three you all know. Now, picking 270, what method is this? Is it weighted average? So, strike off. FIFO or LIFO? How many of you FIFO? How many of you LIFO? Simple. You all know what's FIFO. What is first to purchase this? First to used. That means, if I go back to my example, when I have closing stock of how much? 150. If I use FIFO method, the assumption is what is purchased first is used first. Correct? That means, now you tell me this 150 kgs of sand left. Technically, see, practically everything is put in same heap, but technically for accounting purpose, this 150 is part of this 500 or it's part of this 300 or it's part of this 200. Last 200, correct? FIFO means either first use pantan gali. FIFO means I use this over. Only what is left is 200 is, sorry, 150 is from my last 200, correct? That means by adopting a price of 270 was purchased when? Latest, correct? That means by adopting a price of 270, I am trying to say what? We used FIFO method. Because in FIFO only we purchased in the end of the year 200 kgs at how much price? 270 per kg, and we picked 270, so we are using FIFO method. Understood? All these years what you studied? FIFO method, so you found 270. Now we saw an example where I came in reverse. I taught you the logic of what? FIFO. Understood? That means in simple, can I say when my price is on increasing trend, I will follow FIFO? Are you able to follow, guys? Clear? Logic. Select an accounting. What is it? Now follow very carefully. Valuation of inventory, cost or market price, whichever is lower. For this I am choosing what? FIFO method. Able to follow? Now if you understood the logic, you will answer. If the price is decreasing in nature, or let's say if price is fluctuating in nature, what method I will use? Weighted average. Are you understanding? Here I can't use the latest price because tomorrow it can go up. So I need to give a true and fair view. So I will take what? So all this time till CA foundation, question will tell you either choose weighted average and solve the sum, or choose FIFO and solve the sum, or choose what? LIFO. But in CA Inter, I am sorry, they will give you a case study and you have to pick which method is appropriate. Are you able to understand, guys? Everybody understood logic, why I am choosing here 270. Therefore 270 means FIFO. Anybody has a doubt here? Want me to explain again? Now I will test if you all understood. Price is decreasing trend. Three methods: FIFO, LIFO, weighted average. Which one? How many of you? Weighted average, anybody? How many of you LIFO? Price is decreasing trend. LIFO, up, straight up. How many of you FIFO? FIFO. He is the only one who understood the concept. What did I tell you? What did I tell you, guys? I told you we are picking 270 because logic is what? Next day, tomorrow, price might go up. So my closing stock should reflect a value as close as possible to 31st March. Correct? That's why I chose 270, and choosing 270 means it's FIFO method. Correct? Latest price. If price is declining, also same logic. That means if price is decreasing, I need to choose a price which is as close to the year end, because tomorrow it may decrease more. That means price will come like 270 beginning, 240 middle of the year, 200 end of the year. In this case, what price I will pick? 200. 200 is what method? First in, first out. Why you chose LIFO? LIFO now I am taking 270. Correct? Are you able to understand, all of you? That is why Accounting Standard 2 says you will study later. FIFO is allowed. Weighted average is allowed. LIFO is not allowed as per law. LIFO is not, we study as the foundational sum porter sir, exam lo kepa. In reality, in India we have 1 lakh plus companies, 0 companies follows LIFO because as per law not allowed to follow LIFO. Why? If I follow LIFO, I will choose what? I am choosing beginning price. Where am I? Ending. Does it make sense? No. Are you able to understand? Understood logic? So why we discussed all this? Sir, sir, definition will know. We wrote this example. How many of you genuinely now understood the example? How many of you did not understand? In this example, did not understand. Did not understand. Okay, I'll repeat again. Yes. Now, I'll summarize the whole example again once with giving you a background. Now, basically what why I give an example is, the take home is to select an accounting policy. I'll repeat the example. Inventory valuation has to happen every year, cost or market price, whichever is low. Every year company has to charge depreciation of. That is also an accounting principle. Depreciation is charged using SLM or WDV. Inventory valuation is done using FIFO or weighted average. Correct? Now come back to the definition. Now you read. Accounting policies, FIFO or LIFO or weighted average or SLM or WDV refers to specific accounting principles. That means inventory valuation or the principle of charging depreciation. So accounting policies refers to specific accounting principles and the method of applying those principles. The method of applying depreciation is SLM. Understood? The method of applying inventory valuation is FIFO LIFO, adopted by the enterprise in preparation and presentation of what? Financial statements. Are you all able to understand? So this definition says, AS1 talks about disclosure of accounting policies. It says accounting policies refers to specific accounting principles and the method of applying those principles adopted by enterprise in preparation and presentation of FS. Are you understanding logic, guys? How to apply the accounting principle of depreciation? You will use SLM WDV. How to apply the accounting principle of inventory valuation? I will use SLM, I will use FIFO or weighted average. So, able to follow. Now come back to the example. Here example, my whole agenda was what? For inventory valuation of 150 kgs end of the year, whether I should choose what? FIFO or weighted average or LIFO was the question. Till now what we studied, use this, use that. But tomorrow when you become head of L&T, based on the pricing, you have to decide. Now you understood when I will use FIFO and weighted average and LIFO. Very important. That's what I'm talking about, conceptual learning. None of the books there will be when you should use LIFO, FIFO. This example is what you are paying money for. This example is what is running notes. Are you able to follow, guys? Like this we will see hundreds of examples in class. Okay. Now I'll repeat the example quickly for benefit of others. Beginning of the year, the price of cement was, beginning of the year the price of cement was 270. Middle of, and I purchased 500 kg. Middle of the year price of cement was 240. I purchased, let's say, 300 kgs. And end of their price was, okay, let's say opposite. End of their price is 200. I purchased only 150 kg. Okay. In my balance sheet, I will have what? In my balance sheet, I will have closing stock. Closing stock now 150 kgs, correct? 150 kg multiplied with what? 270 or 240 or 200. I told you FS should give a true one. That means today if I sell the closing stock, how much money I will get in hand? 200 or 270? 200, correct. What is the price today? This is latest price, correct. I will get 200. So I will multiply with 200. That means if I have to pick 200, that means what method I am following? I am assuming that this 150 kgs is from last 150 kg, correct. That means first purchased is used first, next purchased is used next, last purchased is used last. That means I am using FIFO method, first in, first out, first in, first out. This only came latest in, so it's still left. Understood? Sure? Purila. Okay. So since I am using 200, that means I am using FIFO method. Are you understanding? Everybody clear? So now go back to definition, guys. What is the definition saying? Accounting policies refers to specific accounting principles adopted by the enterprise in preparation and presentation of FS. Basically, they are saying my company used FIFO for preparing FS. My company used LIFO for preparing FS. My company used SLM for preparing FS for the purpose of the accounting principle of depreciation. Clear? So all of you write the definition 3 times fast. In all the standards, all the definitions will remember. Same note or different note, that's your choice. Write the definition 3 times, guys. 3 times. Concept note is mainly for the running notes. Okay. Write the definition thrice. Accounting policies refers to specific accounting principles and the method of applying those principles adopted by the enterprise in the preparation and presentation of financial statements. Online live also write it. Third time, try to write without seeing. Put that little extra effort in class to read. Online live and recording also. Done writing, guys. Quickly online live, I'll ask you to show it also. You're able to see this clearly, huh? It's not blur. Manageable. I think we'll fix that soon. But for now, is it manageable? Little bit. I think it's a little straining for me also. Okay, done, guys. So let's all repeat the definition without seeing. Everyone together. I'll give last 10 seconds. Quickly write it down. Fast for everybody together, guys, including online live with me fast. What is accounting policy? Accounting policy refers to specific accounting principles adopted by the method of applying those principles adopted by the enterprise in the preparation and presentation of FS. One more time. Accounting policy refers to specific accounting principles, method of applying those principles adopted by the enterprise in preparation and presentation of financial statements. Clear? Are you able to follow, guys? Any doubts till here? No. So now write down this whole chapter. This is the smallest AS. Irukar ella AS is the smallest. Okay. This is the base, mother of accounting standards. Now this whole definition is to help you understand what is accounting policy. Now, for example, SLM is what? SLM is what? Straight and it's an accounting. WDV is an depreciation is an accounting principle. You able to differentiate. Inventory valuation is an accounting. FIFO is a clear. Now next heading below the definition. Next write down selection of an accounting policy. Selection of an accounting policy from there split into two, left hand side and right hand side. Selection of an accounting policy split into two. I will give you notes, guys. When you get the material, all the notes will be there. Selection of accounting policy split into two. Left hand side write down primary criteria, right hand side secondary criteria. Primary criteria and secondary criteria. Under primary criteria, write down select an accounting policy. I will dictate, guys. Slowly I will take you away from the board. Okay. I will dictate, write down select an accounting policy. Left hand side primary criteria, dictating. Just listen to me enough. Select an accounting policy which gives a true and fair view. Left hand side, select an accounting policy which gives a true and fair view. Everybody clear? So the meaning of the true and fair has so much meaning, because tomorrow after you go to company and work, ICA will not tell, hey, you use FIFO. All questions they will tell use FIFO weight average. You should know when you should use what accounting policy. Let me give you another example. You tell me now, in this case, what will the company use? Okay. With this logic, you should be able to answer. Okay. I am a supermarket. I am a supermarket. I am buying and selling vegetables. Among the all products, I am buying and selling vegetables. One of the vegetable is onion. Onion, beginning of the year price was 30 per kg. Middle of the year went to 32 per kg. Now it is 33 per kg. For valuation of closing stock, what price I will take? What price, guys? 33, that's all. Now, again onions, beginning of the year was 30. Middle of the year went till 40 per kg. Now again it came back to 35 per kg. Now what price I will take? Weighted average, because here I can see a trend. In first thing it's showing an increasing trend, correct? But in second thing it's showing an increasing plus. That means next year I don't know if it will decrease further or it will increase further. We can't predict that way. So I'm going to weighted average. Understanding logic, that is what is true and fair view. Secondary criteria, for this word only I spent so much time guys, on L&T, Naren, house, all that. Focus should be on the concept, house you should forget. Secondary criteria, write down. Under secondary criteria, 3 subdivisions, 3 buckets. Under secondary criteria, 3 buckets guys. Fast, 3 buckets. We will write down all the 3 buckets. Shall I give the example, then we'll come and fill the terms? Or do you want to fill the terms and go to example? Fill the terms. Write down. Prudence, substance over form, materiality. Prudence, substance over form, materiality. Done guys. I'll give an example for each of this. Sir, in the term la school lo padchiten sir. Are you able to compare the level of detailing we are focusing on? You know it. College la I'm sure you know FIFO and weighted average. How many of you learned this concept in college? How to pick an accounting policy? Nobody. That's the level of detailing you need when I talk about conceptual learning. This you will not find in any book. You have to take running notes. Now similar next example. Let's take Naren again. Okay. Naren now decided, no need house, I want to do business. Hey, who will retire now? I will never retire now, I want to do business. So he decided he is going to take Apple franchise store. iPhone guys, not Apple eating. Apple franchise. He is taking, he is opening a new Apple outlet in Mylapore. Okay. He opened it today. He is sitting in class. He is saying, hey, in the next street, if you go here, coffee shop, next is Apple store, I am only the owner. Okay. Now then, let's say September came, Apple is launching iPhone 15, okay. Now, or let's not say September, let's say we are in the month of March now, correct? So let's say Apple is launching iPhone 15 in March itself. Let's say 20th March they are launching, or let's say they are announcing on 20th March, they are saying available for sale 5th of April. Are you able to follow guys? We are in which year? 2023. For somebody watching a recording of this in 2025, palaya video paadu. Okay. Don't use. Unless you got it from me. Okay. If you found in Telegram channel, I don't know. No. 5th April, just giving caveat. Otherwise, they'll tell sir, I studied sir out of syllabus, all of them. Okay. 5th April, they are going to release the iPhone. 20th March is when they announce the product, iPhone 15. Now, the stock of iPhone 15 will come to Naren's shop on 5th morning itself, or 5th April, or before itself we will get it on. See, if you have purchased any product, forget iPhone, any product, they will launch on 20th one day, 20th, our example, 20th March 23 is the launch date, but you can purchase, you can go to the store and purchase on 5th April 23. Naren is the owner of this shop, correct? Now you tell me, if you are the owner, will stock come into the shop 5th morning, 10 AM shop is going to open, 9 AM on the lorry iranguma, or before itself he will keep in the godown? Before itself. That means if they announced on 20th March, let's say Naren received the stock on 29th March itself, because it has to come from US, then it has to come to Indian customs, distribute everywhere, stock should be ready. But Naren cannot sell on 29th, correct? He can sell only on 5th April. So on 29th March, what Naren did after getting iPhone 15, he is the owner, correct? So he will open and use. He will not tell outside. He will open and take iPhone 15, he will use, put Instagram story, new iPhone 15 available for sale from 5th April. Marketing, he is saying new phone, look at the new iPhone 15, fully wireless, no port. That is the next Apple phone they are looking, the feature is how our phone has cable, all that. The next iPhone 15 is going to be what? 15 or 16 or 17. The future is full wireless. Email cable la poda mudiyadhu. Full wireless. Then you have to buy AirPods, you have to buy wireless charger, more money. Okay, that is the plan. Okay. Now, so he is saying new iPhone 15 full wireless, Naren is putting story. Seeing that what Charan did, hey, I want it, I want to buy. Okay. Now what Naren is saying, 5th morning va. Charan is saying 5th morning it is a new iPhone with lot of features. Generally when Apple phones launches, what happens? stock will get over on that day. Okay, I don't have an iPhone, guys. I'm selling from experience. I've seen. So if you go to Apple store on launch day, Express Avenue and all, they'll stand one queue. I don't know why can't you wait and buy? One queue will come off, it will get over. Like passport office, there will be one queue. Okay. So Naren knows on 5th April, crowd will come, stock will get over. Okay. Or let's say Apple is saying only 1 lakh limited edition phone. So queue will come. Saran is saying, hey, and morning if I come and stand in the queue means I may get, may not get. We are sitting in class together. Please give that phone to me. I want to buy. What Naren will do? What he'll do, friend? What you will do? You will give him or no? Or he suddenly saying, I will pay market price only and discount la vana. But you give one piece, one for me. Will you give? Okay. So sometimes we take something called pre-booking, correct? So Naren, after he put the story, so many people messaged him, hey, book my slot, book my slot, book my slot. He got, let's say in the store he had 100 units, okay, 100 units of stock of iPhone 15. On 29th March, after putting Instagram story of new phone, within 2 hours, all phones pre-booked. He kept getting calls, his friend, his uncle, his friend's friend, some relative, somebody called, known person, all the 100 phones are pre-booked. So Naren is happy or not? So what they did by pre-booking, they gave the money also. So Charan gave the money also to Naren. So one phone is 1 lakh, okay. He got 1 lakh into 100. Pre-booking also done, full money. So all Naren has to do is, 5th April he has to open the shop and tell stock over. Create the hype. Okay. Now, in our example, sir, all this over, sir. When are we going to go to subject? Now, in our example, on 31st of March, he has how many iPhones left in his godown or shop? 100 units, correct? He is going to sell at what price? What is the cost of iPhone? 35,000. iPhone's cost is 1/3 of its price. Okay. So 35,000. So 29, let's say 29th March, he received it all this. He put story. He paid 35,000 rupees per unit. Example, there is 1/3 is the cost for Apple. There will be multiple profits and all in between. Assume 35,000. Okay. Now, our question is, coming back to the example, sir, on 31st March, I have to prepare balance sheet, sir. 100 units multiplied with what? With what? With what should I multiply? Are you following the example? This is cost price. 35,000 is cost price. 1 lakh is. So should I do 1 lakh into 35,000 or 1 lakh into, sorry, 100 into 1 lakh? Which one? How many of you 35,000? How many of you 1 lakh? So what is 35,000? 1 second, online live they have. Something in the chart. Online, okay. One moment. Okay, I think there is online. Are you guys able to follow, guys?
Yes, sir.
Able to follow? Is it everything clear? Okay. Someone message saying voice is not clear, so I have to check. Is the voice audible, guys, for you? Not here, online.
Yes, sir. Audible.
Okay, fine. Okay, follow, guys. So now what they're saying here is, all of you said 35,000 because it's cost price. I am giving you an argument. I am giving you an argument. My logic is 1 lakh units are already booked, correct? Money also received. Sale also confirmed, but sale entry only I will pass on 4th April or 5th April, correct? On 31st March, why can't I multiply with 1 lakh? Because sale is confirmed. How many of you? Now changing your answer to 1 lakh. My argument is, all of you are choosing 35,000 because inventory we studied is valued at what, guys? Cost. What is cost? 100 units into. But my argument is, it's at cost because good is not yet sold. Now I am saying 100 units in Naren's example, 100 iPhones are already sold, correct? So when 100 iPhones are already sold, 100 into 1 lakh, revenue is already generated in advance. I will only pass my sale entry next year in April. So now I will say, my argument is, see, what is the concept we studied in foundation, in AS1 now? Choose an accounting policy which gives a true and fair view is what I am arguing. Hey, look at my true and fair view. Inventory in balance sheet 100 units, its value is 1 lakh. You might tell that I might not sell it, that's why I am valuing at cost. But already sale over, pre-booking received. Purida. So now I am saying, I will argue and write 100 into 1 lakh. How many of you accepting with my argument? I am only giving you a logic, different school of thought. How many of you feel, yes sir, in this case, I can give a justification that 100 into 1 lakh, therefore inventory will be valued at 1 lakh into 100. How many of you accept on my team? Guys, I am alone. Nobody wants to join my team. Yes, one student. Charan, thinking. Charan, okay. So, all of you are saying, how many of you, sir, argument I am feeling right, sir, but answer is wrong, sir, that's why I want to raise it. How many of you feel logic is correct? 100 into 1 lakh, logic is correct. So, why can't I show 100 into 1 lakh then? See, all of you agreeing, logic is correct. So, ideally, I should show in my balance sheet in this case, 100 units into 1 lakh only I should show. Correct? Because of sale already completed. Money will be entry next year. Why am I not showing that way? Bookings can get cancelled. Naren is saying non-refundable booking. You cancel the booking also, I won't refund the money. No. So now I got an explanation saying booking can get cancelled. I am saying non-refundable booking. You have to pay full 1 lakh pre-book, you can't cancel. Now can I show 100 into 1 lakh? Why? You are all agreeing to the logic. Sale has not happened, but my inventory is now valued at 1 lakh. I received the money also. Simple. All of you are waiting till the sale to be happening because you know that something can still happen in the next 3 days. What if in Naren's showroom, fire came, all the 100 iPhones are destroyed? He has to return the money. What is the loss for Naren? 35,000 per unit. That means all this you are anticipating that something bad may happen. That means you always account thinking that something bad may happen. That's called what? That is the first concept, guys, prudence. So you always account in the concept of prudence. Debtors, you create provision now because of prudence. Provision for bad and doubtful debts. What? Prudence. Any accounting, you only do it by prudence. Clear, guys? So select an accounting policy based on prudence. Second one is easy. Now we won't spend that much time for examples. Substance over form. I will first give an example. We should not write an exam. Marvin, you have to edit this, Marvin. Okay. Now, who is the Prime Minister of India? Currently, Modi ji also should write. Okay, next. Now, we'll forget about current. Who was the Prime Minister of India? I'll erase it. Okay, so by mistake I wrote, sorry. Okay. Who was, only oral, guys. Who was the Prime Minister of India? Modi is no, before. Manmohan Singh. MMS can be anything for our recording students. Okay. Audio, I don't know if somebody is doing it. Okay. Manmohan Singh. Who was the, see, currently it's Modi ji. We will forget about Modi ji. Who was the Prime Minister? No, I want the correct answer. Who was the Prime Minister? No, who was the Prime Minister? Sonia Gandhi. Correct. So in around that time, who was the Prime Minister? Some of them are saying Sonia Gandhi, some are saying Manmohan Singh. Who was the Prime Minister on paper? Who was the Prime Minister in reality? Are you able to follow? This is called, are you able to follow, guys? Okay. So, Are you able to follow? Those who follow politics back in before 2014. So in paper the Prime Minister was, but who was actually the Prime Minister? Are you able to follow? This is called substance over form. Substance over form. To give you a better example, sir, accounts example கொடுங்க sir, politics வேணாம். If you go to Hyundai showroom today and you purchase an i20 car, sir, no money to purchase, sir, take loan, EMI கொடுத்து வாங்க போறேன். EMI is a thing you should never do. Don't even get into the EMI stage and all unless, sir, it's a necessary, sir, I need a necessity, go for EMI. So simply I'm buying new iPhone, sir, EMI offer, don't even get into that. Okay, in fact, even if you are using Zomato, you will see payment option, use simple. How many of you are using that? Simple? Good, forget about it. Okay, now i20 car you are paying EMI. Now who's the owner of this car? Hyundai is the owner. That means assume 60 EMIs, 60 month installments, 5 years, 12 into 5. Until the last EMI is paid, who's the owner? On paper, ownership is still with Hyundai. Ownership is transferred to me only after the 60th EMI is paid. But who is using the car? Me. If I crash the car, who has to bear the expense? Who is putting petrol, diesel? Me. Now, for example, who is charging depreciation for this car? Me, because I am using it. Depreciation is charged by somebody who is using the asset, correct? So I charge depreciation even though the asset is not in my books. It's in whose books? Hyundai is the legal owner, but I charge depreciation. I am using the car, I can gift the car, I can break the car, I can put petrol, I can repaint the car, I can do anything I want with the car, correct? Substance over form. Here what the law is saying, even though on paper owner is, in substance who is the real owner? Me. Therefore accounting has to happen in my books. Are you able to follow? Higher purchase we will see this. The concept of substance over form, accounting says give importance to the substance of the transaction over its legal form. Are you able to understand? Second concept. Able to follow, guys? Third concept, I'll give a simple example. 2 examples, you will all pick this easily. Company sales is 5 lakhs. Company sales is 50,000 crores. Example 2, example 1. Okay. In example 1, company has a multiple expenses and then they are writing other expenses. Here also they are writing other expenses. Other expense has multiple subcategories. In other expense, they are writing theft. Theft or let's say cash loss, cash theft. 50,000 rupees. This company also is writing other expense, cash theft, 50,000 rupees. Able to follow? So 2 companies writing 50,000 rupees cash loss, other expense. Which one you will focus more on? You are an auditor, you have only 1 day's time to audit. You have to sign two balance sheets, okay? 2 you have to do, only 1 day time. Suddenly today when you are going through books, you saw other expense. Hey, what is another expense? Cash theft 50,000. Here also cash theft 50,000. Here company sales is 5 lakhs. Here company sales is 50,000 crores. Which you will focus more? A, B. How many of you will focus more on A? How many of you focus more on B? Why A? Impact is more in A. That means A is more important to me, important to users, because for a company with a sales of just 5 lakhs, 50,000, 10% goes away in cash theft means something is wrong in the company. But 50,000 crores or 50k for them is like doozy. It's like nothing, correct? So this one is important. That is called what, guys? Materiality. What materiality says? Cash theft can be part of other expense in this case, but here it should not be other expense. It should be a separate line item in my P&L, disclose on the face of it. So what is material for me may not be material for some other company. Each case, identify materiality and disclose. Remember, materiality. Now next, this company of 50,000 crores fired employees, let's say Twitter, 50% of the employees are fired. Is this material? 50% of employees are fired. Is this material, guys? Yes. Materiality need not be always in numbers. It can also be in qualitative factors. Qualitative factors. Are you able to follow? So materiality can be both quantitative and qualitative. Sir, in the logic now will they ask in exam? I understanding how depth we are going for each of the terms. So now, sir, end of the day, sir, sir, what did we discuss, sir, till now? In exam, if you are lucky, they will ask you how to select an accounting policy. Sir, what to remember for exam? Selection of accounting policy depends on primary and secondary. Primary is true and fair view. Secondary is prudence, materiality, substance over. So that's all. So for exam, I should remember this, sir. Enough. They are not going to ask beyond this, but we learn the concept. Exam, you might get a 4-mark question theory. What is accounting policy and how to select an accounting policy? Accounting policy refers to specific accounting principles and the method of applying those principles adopted by the enterprise in the preparation and presentation of financial statements. Selection of accounting policy, primary and secondary criteria. Primary is true and secondary is prudence, materiality, substance over form. That's it. Able to follow. Now last one. Sir, can I year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4? Can I use SLM this year? I am giving you this is base. Okay. When we get into other chapter, SLM this year, SLM this year, WDV this year, SLM this year. Or no, sir. Now, the first year SLM, second year WDV, third year SLM, fourth year WDV. As per my mood, I will change. Can I change like that for a company? When should they change? Only if they feel that such a change, only if they feel, hold on guys, does it happen in other class also? Not responding, it happens, so okay, such a change, only if such a change is going to lead to a better presentation of financial statements, then I will change. Sir, I am not able to understand, sir. Can you give an example? All these days, my asset in year 1, year 2 and year 3 was used for 10 hours in a day, 10 hours in a day, 10 hours in a day. Okay. So I will use what? SLM, because equal depreciation. Understood? Same usage. Year 1 also daily 10 hours I studied. Year 2 also daily 10 hours I studied. Year 3 10 hours. Like that. Depreciation asset daily 10 hours, 10 hours, 10 hours for 3 years. So I will use SLM. So suddenly repair came for mission. So they told, if you want this mission to sustain future, you can't have the same usage like before. In year 4 you can use only for 9 hours per day. Year 5 they are saying use only for 7 hours per day. Year 6 they are saying use only for 6 hours per day. Appo mission they are saying only then mission will have a life. Otherwise what they are saying, mission is gone. How as we keep aging, 30s, 40s, our sleep time will increase, work will reduce. Correct? So here they are saying, in year 4, 5, 6, asset usage is going to drop. Can I continue using SLM? I will shift to what? Because WDV shows a decrease in depreciation every year. Correct? If my asset is 100, if I am using WDV method, first year depreciation 10, 90, second year 9, 81, third year 8.1, 10%, 10% of 100, 10% of 90, 10% of 81. That means my depreciation is showing a decreasing trend, 10, 9, 8.1 based on my usage 976. Able to follow up. Like this I will change SLM to WDV for better presentation of FS. That is one reason. Second reason, I have been using LIFO all these years. Government passed the law From tomorrow, LIFO is illegal. You should not follow LIFO. Can I use LIFO? No. Or I am in an IT sector. TCS, Wipro, Infosys, and all the other companies. All the IT sector companies are following FIFO method for inventory valuation. Okay. Suddenly, they all decided from next year, it is making more sense to follow weighted average because of recession. They are saying recession is going to come, price will decrease further, let's go to average. When all the companies change to average, will you alone sit in still FIFO? Industry, you will also change, able to follow. So write down, again examiner's favorite question. Every 4 attempts he will ask, when can a company change an accounting policy? So we wrote down definition, we wrote down selection of accounting policy. Now write down last one, when can a company change its accounting policies? When can a company change its accounting policy? We just now discussed, for what purpose? Better. So write down, when the change leads to a, listen to me, nothing on board. When the change leads to a, when the change leads to a when it leads to a better presentation of, when it leads to a better presentation of financial statements. When it leads to what, guys? Better presentation of financial statements. Second point, write down. Second is what? Law is changing, correct? When there is a change in statute, or when there is a change in statute or accounting standards. When there is a change in statute or accounting standards. In simple, when there is change in law. When there is a change in statute or accounting standards. Are you guys all with me, guys? Able to follow? Guys, I want a loud yes, guys. Are you able to follow, guys? So quickly, what's the definition of AS1? Accounting policy refers to specific accounting principles and the method of applying those principles adopted by the enterprise in preparation and presentation of FS. Selection of accounting policy, primary criteria, true and fair view. Secondary criteria, prudence, substance over form, and materiality. Third one, when can a company change accounting policy? For better presentation of financial statements or change in statute or law. Everybody watching online live and recording, I am talking straight to you, online live and recording. You guys, I want you to repeat in the house. I told you, create the environment, repeat in the house. I don't know how many of you repeated online live and recording. Not that I have to hear you, but when I am repeating here, ideally if it's only offline class, I don't repeat. I will do like this, everybody will talk. But here I am repeating with extra effort so that you will feel that someone's repeating and you repeat in the house. Do it, guys, makes a lot of difference. Last one, write down. What should the company do when they change the accounting policy? In other words, in book they use the term impact of change of accounting policy. Impact of change of accounting policy. In simple words, what should the company do when they change the accounting policy? What should the company do, guys? Enna pannu company? For example, from SLM, I change to WDV. What should the company do? Inform the shareholders, that's all. Inform. For example, year 1, year 2 and year 3, if I levied on an asset of 100, SLM method, depreciation Assume life is 10 years. 100, sorry, 10, 10, 10. Correct? Depreciation, assuming residual value is 0, life is 10 years. 10, 10, 10 using what method? Now I am changing to WDV. Depreciation will be now, first year will be 10, second year will be 9, third will be 8.1. Correct? How, sir? 100 minus 10, 90, minus 9, 81, minus 8.1. Correct? Now in year 2, what the company is doing in year 2, from SLM they are jumping to WDV in year 3. That means my depreciation will now increase or decrease? See, in SLM it used to be 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Correct? From SLM I am changing to WDV. So my depreciation will now increase or decrease? From 10 it will come down to 9 or? So now you tell me, guys, if my depreciation decreases from 10 to 8.1, what happens to my net profit? That's all. So I have to disclose in my financial statement impact of the profit. Able to follow? Clear? So write down last one. Impact of change of accounting policy, we will write down. Company has to disclose. Company has to disclose, listen to me, not on the board. Company has to disclose the impact on profits. The company has to disclose the impact on profits for the current year. Company has to disclose the impact on profits for the current year and future years. Company has to disclose impact on profit of current year and, that means what? Current year 10 became 9 now. Profit increased by 1. Future year also the impact ruko. So you have to show my net profit increased not because of performance. I changed method of depreciation. Are you able to follow? So all this you have to learn. If just like that company increases net profit, it can be that even sales have declined. Simply by changing my method to SLM to WDV, net profit will increase. We can play with this. Able to follow? Clear, guys? So you have to disclose. Hey, don't worry, my profit increased from 10 crores to 12 crores. Na edum pannala. Depreciation method na maatna. Able to follow? Clear, guys? With this, AS1 is over. But last one more thing. It's part of our AS1 in the book, so we will take it up. Okay, write down, continue AS1 notes. This you studied in school also, so not a big deal. What are fundamental accounting assumptions? Do you all know this, guys? What is it? Going concern, consistency, accrual. That means these going concern, this you all know, so I won't spend much time. Okay, this they are saying, these are 3 fundamental accounting assumptions. School le padichirpom, foundation also we studied. It's part of AS1. It's part of AS1. You all know the terms. I won't spend much time here. What is going concern, guys? Quickly. Assume that business will continue for the foreseeable future. What is consistency? What I follow in year 1, follow for other years. SLM year 1 means SLM year 2, year 3, year 4. Don't change unless change in law, better presentation. Understood? What is accrual? Can you give me an example for accrual? Prepaid rent or simple credit sale. It's an accrual concept. Correct? I am recording sale even though I am not receiving the money. Debtors is accrual. Salary payable, accrual. Rent payable, accrual. Are you able to follow, guys? This concept we all know, foundation you studied. I don't want to spend much time. Any doubts still here? That means what is fundamental accounting assumption saying? I need not disclose in my financials that I am following going concern, consistency, accrual. It is default rule. Understood? Default setting in soluvangala. Default, idu yaru sollavanam edume. Default, I am following what? Going concern, consistency and accrual. Are you able to follow, guys? Only if you are not following going concern, consistency or accrual, you have to inform shareholders. Meaning, tomorrow shareholder cannot come and question me. You did not disclose that you are following going concern. Adla solla default. I need not tell the shareholder I am following consistency. I need not tell the shareholder I am following accrual. It is understood. If you cannot, Reliance, you took Reliance balance sheet. You have doubt. Hey, the cash accrual terla. Doubt that accrual. If it is not accrual, they will mention. Are you able to follow, guys? So with this, we have successfully completed AS1 over. That's all. AS1. What is left is Q&A. Q&A we will do on a different day. Okay. So every topic I take, whether it's going to be for law or accounts, we will have concept plus sums. You have a separate material for sums. So we will do sums later, but concepts are done. Clear, guys? If you have to write only theory, you will write definition plus selection primary and secondary criteria. When I will change, what is the impact? But majority of your notes will be running notes. Are you understanding what is running notes, guys? Today you will feel fresh, but when you revise in 3 months, it will look like, see, study mat also has what? Definition, selection of policy, when I will change, impact, fundamental accounting and assumption. But what are you paying the fees for? For that concept and to remember in class. So last few minutes, let's quickly remember everything, guys, without seeing. Our class we are going to learn concept and memorize in the class itself. First, definition of accounting policy. Online, live and recording also repeat with me. Accounting policy refers to basic accounting principles, method of applying them and adopted by the enterprise in preparation and presentation of financial statements. Next, how to select accounting policy. Primary is true and for you. Secondary is prudence, substance over form, materiality. When can I change accounting policy? Better presentation of financial statements and change in law or accounting standards. Clear, guys? Then what should I do if there is going to be change? Disclose the impact on current year profits and future year profits. Disclose the impact on current year and what is fundamental accounting assumption? Going concern, consistency, accrual. That's all. For exam, sir. Last 1 minute we revised. This only is important for exam. But concept, clear? Yes, yourself. Name? Sorry? Sweksha, tell me definition of definition. Yeah, Martin, 1 moment, I'll give you. Yeah. According to accounting policies, definition. Accounting policy refers to. Quickly write 3 times, fast, stand and write 3 times. Fast. Online, Martin, yes.
Sir, in case of future profit not predictable, what should the company do, sir?
So Martin is asking a good doubt. Martin is asking, sir, depreciation you are saying, give impact on current year and future year profits. Martin, what we are trying to say here is depreciation, SLM method, depreciation, WDV method, 10, 10, 10, 10, 9, 8.1. We don't know what the future profits is, but I can tell one thing. From changing from 10 to 8.1, in future profit will increase by 1.9. Correct? That is the impact. Understood, Martin? You can just say next year whatever the profit is, profit will increase by 1.9 from the existing standards because of change of method. Got it, Martin?
Oh, okay.
If you go to 4th year, 10 here it will be how much? 81 minus 8.1 is how much, guys? 72.90. So this year will be 7.2 something. So you will tell depreciation is decreasing by so much, like that. Able to follow, guys? Martin, understood? So we'll go for a break. Yes. Name? Mohammed. Yeah. Tell me, Mohammed, definition of AS1. You are attending only accounts, is it? Law also, but I didn't see you in law class. New joining. Okay. Today is first class of accounts. So you can tell me the definition of accounts.
Accounting policy refers to specific accounting principles and the method of applying it, adopted by entrepreneurs and for the preparation of and presentation experiences.
Online live. Online live. Everybody unmute yourself. Everybody unmute yourself. Online live. Hello. Guys, 7 to 1 class. We will have many classes where 7 to 1 is mine. 3 subjects. Okay. So those days I will choose the break, but you will get the half an hour break. Exact 9:30 don't expect. 9:35 sometimes. 9:45 sometimes. Sometimes I'll give you a 10 o'clock break, then 10 to 10:30. When it's 7 to 1 my class, my rules over here. Okay. Majority of the class, 1/3 of your days will be me only, guys. Full day you have to see me. Don't worry, we will have fun activities. I'll split the class into teams. There will be presentation in the class where teams will come and present here. Everybody will come and speak here at least once in the next 6 months. Public speaking skills we will improve. Team presentations. I will change everybody's place, but few days team place team will keep. Team participation, quiz, all that competition will do. But let few days get over. So online live. Quickly, can I have Ramesh? Ramesh, are you there? Hello, Ramesh, I can't hear you. I am talking about Aishwarya Ramesh, sorry. Aishwarya Ramesh.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Aishwarya Ramesh, did you attend yesterday's class? What is section 124?
Unpaid.
Unpaid?
Unpaid separate account.
Write all the section numbers of dividend 123 to 127 3 times and send it to me on WhatsApp. My number is there in the group. I will put it over here also. You can always WhatsApp me anytime. 75501 37279. Okay. Next, online. Aarti, TS Aarti, unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Tell me definition of accounting policy without seeing. Honest.
Accounting policy refers to specific accounting principles and the method of applying those principles adopted by the enterprises in preparation and presentation of financial statements.
Perfect, Aarti. Okay, we'll come back to offline students now. 2 done online. Last student, correct answer panta break. Otherwise all of them will write and go. Okay. So it's a new, we do it in all class. So I'll pick somebody at random. If they answer, you all can go home. Otherwise, everybody will write and go to break. Any volunteers? We don't have much questions today. As we keep going only syllabus. I will ask cumulative. Today I will ask even today's and yesterday's. 50th class means I will ask anything from last 50 classes. Okay. Fine. So any volunteers? Yes. First. Simple definition of accounting policy. Definition. Selection of accounting policy. How will I select? Primary, another one. Yeah, perfect, guys. See you all post break, after breakfast. How long? 30 minutes, huh? So I like to be on time, guys. Morning also late, but it's fine. 10:05 a.m. Okay, I'm rounding off extra 2 minutes here and there. 10:05 a.m. sharp, we will start law class. See you all. Online live also. Yeah.